Hey everybody, welcome to day 13. As you can see, we're going to have a practice on the chair today. I had to move my chair and my camera around a little bit. If you've ever been in my studio, I have skylights on the ceiling. I have windows on that side, doors on that side. So this time of day, trying to find a place that's not getting inundated with sunshine is a little bit tricky. It's too windy today to practice outside. Emma's pretty sad about that. She's sitting outside watching me, but it's just too windy. So I just feel like there's too much sound going on. So we're going to have a chair practice today. I wanted to try to offer a chair practice once a week in this process of 30 days of yoga, just to give you a chance to, if you're at your workplace and you just want to have a few stretches throughout the day, you've got some options, or if you're unable to get on the floor or stand, you have that option to still practice. I'm dealing with a really angry foot and it's just getting kind of progressively worse. So I'm giving my foot a little bit of a break today, and I'm not going to be doing any lunges or even standing posture. So I thought this would be a great day to just come into a chair practice. So I'm sitting on a metal chair. I like to have my cheeks at the very edge of the chair. So I'm not using the back of my chair at all. And so find a comfortable position on a chair. It could be on the edge of a bed if you're just getting up in the morning, or you want to play this one before bed. It's a perfect place to do that. So edge of the bed, a sofa, a dining room chair, a folding chair like me. We're going to start just with finding that presence that we would do in a traditional practice on the mat. So I'm going to bring my hands to my thighs, and that is always that groundedness that we're looking for, that touch to know that I am here, I am good, I am. Two most important words that we ever utter is I am. And whatever we speak after those two words is typically what we're inviting into our experience. So I teach this a lot. It's back on that board right there, that yellow board. It says I am. I have it on my arm as a reminder, I am. And so if I say things like, I'm a mess, just keep inviting more situations to offer a mess. Or it's okay to acknowledge that you're struggling, but in that struggle, I am persevering, or I am doing my best, or I am hanging in there. It's okay to have the real and valid feelings that aren't perfect. Today, I'm struggling, but I am making the best of it. I'm making the best of today. So with that, hands on the bottom, tuck your chin to your chest, take a couple breaths, empty the breath, and another one, and empty the breath. One more. Start to lift the chin. You might notice that it takes just 3 breaths to kind of shift. We're going to start in that Kundalini fashion, Kundalini practice of bringing energy from the base of our spine all the way up through our body. So right now, I want you just to focus on shifting the weight of your body from butt bone to butt bone. And then we're going to bring that energy up a little bit into the belly. So you're going to stick your belly out in front, pull it in, kind of like we have a hula hoop. Okay, let's bring the energy up into the chest. So you might bring the shoulders involved. Bring it up to the throat, lift your chin, tuck your chin, bring it up into your forehead, letting the head get involved, bringing it up to the crown of the head, making your circles bigger. Wherever you're at, we're going to pause and reverse those directions. Okay, so we're going to start big, moving through the throat, shoulders get involved, moving through the heart, moving through the belly, moving through the hips, and returning to the base of our body. We're going to do that one more time. Start at the base, build that spiral up through the hips, up through the belly, up through the heart, up through the throat, the shoulders, the neck, up through the forehead. Maybe close your eyes, up through the crown of the head. Take a breath and pause and reverse. Okay, this is just a beautiful way to reset. So if we're feeling overwhelmed, a little bit discombobulated, a little bit out of our self, coming to these circles is fabulous. Bring the energy all the way back down and let your butt bones find the seat. Okay, the reason why that works so magnificently is we have this invisible midline in our body, in the hemispheres of our brain. Okay, so every time we move our body to the opposite side, it's asking our brain to find harmony. It's also great if you struggle with balance. So physical balance, walking down the street and not tumbling, finding circles every day is a great practice. Circle your arms to the sky. Similar to what we've been practicing for the last few days, grab your left wrist and pull that little side bend, working the spine. Come back to center, grab your right wrist, exhale, pull. Beautiful, come back to center. Lower your hands as if you're holding a beach ball. We're gonna spin to the right, squeezing the belly. Take your eyes past your right shoulder. Spin on back to center. Squeeze to the left. Come back to center. Let's do the final two directions of the spine. Pull the chin in, pull the chest in, reach your arms forward. And then separate your hands, squeeze your elbows to the back, squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your heart. Okay, find the beach ball. Let's do that again. We're going to spin to the right. We're going to spin to the left. We're going to come to center, drop our chin, drop our chest, reach. Separate your hands, pull your elbows back, lift your heart, lift your chin. Fantastic. One more time. Grab the beach ball, spin to the right. Spin to the left. Come back to center. Pull the chin in, chest in. Reach. Lift your elbows, lift your heart, lift your chin. Circle the arms back to the sky. One more side bend. Grab your left arm and pull. Back to center. Grab your right arm and pull. All 6 directions of the spine. So important for the body. Lower your hands, turn your palms toward me, just like we do in our standing practice. Okay, so we turn the palms. That opens up the chest here and we feel something magical. Take your feet wide like you're sitting on a big horse. Fingers to the inside, thumbs to the outside. Bend your elbows, lean on forward. Okay, so a nice stretch for the back. Take a breath here. Drop your shoulder, your left one to the center. Look over your right shoulder. Come back to center, rise up. Drop your right shoulder, look over your left. We've done this standing several times. So one more time each side. Take a breath. Spin to the right. Take a breath and rise. Spin to the left. Come back to center. Keep your legs really wide here. Take your hands to the inside. Open them up. Squeeze your shoulder blades. This is called horse pose. We're going to come into side angle. Then we're going to create a little bit of a flow here. Drop your right elbow to your right thigh. Left arm's going to go to the sky and then reach the left arm over your head. Okay, so you can keep your legs shaped like that. If you want a little more, you straighten that left leg. And here we have mimicked side angle. Okay, so I'm pushing to the outside of my left foot just as if I was standing. Let's reverse it. Right arm to the sky, inhale. Come back to side angle, exhale. Reach. Inhale, reverse. Okay, so we take the standing work out of it. Exhale, side angle. And we really accentuate the stretch of the upper body. One more time, side angle. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse, and stay. Okay, so I've taken my left arm and I've crossed it, and that's giving me a nice rotation. I've crossed it over my waist, over my lap, and I'm actually hooking my left hand to the outside of my right thigh. Come on back and let's take that whole thing to the other side. So slide the left foot in, lower the left arm, reach your right arm to the sky, and up and over we go. Find that first side angle. So legs can stay like this, or you can straighten your right leg and continue to reach. Let's reverse it. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, side angle. Notice how you can exaggerate the upper body when we're not having to worry about the legs as much. Last time, reverse it and stay. So this side's a little bit tighter for me because of my left leg being the tight side. So it's a little bit harder for me to hook because my entire left psoas from about my ribs, armpit-ish, all the way down to my left foot is tight. And that's the guarding because of the left injury. Left foot. All right, come on up. Bring your legs in. We're going to cactus the arms, okay? So we've done this before where we're standing in what's called goddess or cactus. We're going to tip our cactus over. Reach your left arm to the sky. Take a breath. Come back to cactus. Drop the left elbow. Reach the right arm. Beautiful. Come back to cactus. One more time each side. Drop and reach. Come on back. Drop and reach. Come back, stay here. Close your elbows, wrap them around, palms towards your face. Open them wide, okay? Exhale, close. Let's add the breath here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. One more, exhale. Inhale to open. Exhale to lower. Let's roll our shoulders. We're gonna give our upper body a tiny little break here and come into our legs. Grab your left leg, you're going to bring it in towards your chest and then rotate your ankle. Okay, so my foot's really struggling to even do the simple rotation. So your ankle is going to be spinning in a circle. Mine's not so much today. Okay, and that's just where I'm at. Hook your hands underneath your left hamstring. We're going to straighten the left leg. I'm going to turn so you don't see my bottom of my foot and bend it. Straighten it and bend it. Try not to lean back, but keep your heart lifted. Two more. Last one. Beautiful. Now we're going to extend the left leg. You might stay here. You might reach down, grab your foot, and extend your leg. Okay, so that's always the option. Notice I'm still bent here. I'm not perfect straight leg. It's fine, but I can reach. I have nice long arms. So if you're here, this is delightful. If you're here, this is delightful. Pick whatever one works. Left hand's going to stay. We're going to take the left leg and open it. Right arm's going to reach. Okay, so this is a very complicated standing posture, but when we're sitting down, it's a little bit more accessible. I'm starting to dip into my belly, so I'm going to lift. Press through my heel. Beautiful. Take a breath. And then bend the knee and come on over. Cross left over right. Okay, so we're going to come into seated pigeon. This might be enough for your left hip. It's a pretty dynamic stretch. Your toes are going to face your knee. So flex that foot, okay? Pointing the toe is going to put some pressure on the knee that we don't want. So we bring the toes towards the knee. So we're just going to kind of rock like a baby first. Just getting into the hips. We've done some wide stances, so our hips are fairly open. So we're going to take this one each at our own place. Hands are going to rest on that top leg. My left hand is on my left knee. It's gently pressing down. It's not pushing or demanding or forcing. It's just little tiny bit of pressure. And my right hand's on my right ankle. I'm actually going to bring my right hand to the bottom of my right foot because it's so painful. Take a breath in and then aim your heart forward towards your bent left leg. Take a breath. Hinge forward. Take a breath. Take your eyes down to your right toes and just stay here and breathe. So this should feel a dynamic stretch through the left hip, the left cheek, the lower back on the left side. We did pigeon on our back a couple days ago. Here's seated pigeon. It's the safest versions, I believe. Next inhale, come on up. We're going to keep our legs shaped just as they are. Right arm's going to go to the sky. We're going to cross and take the right arm to the outside of the left leg. Hook your hand around the chair or grab the back of the sofa or lower it onto the bed, wherever you're at. Take a breath and spin your belly to the left. Okay, so big twist. Take a breath here. Return the belly to the front. We're going to take an open twist other side. Hook your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Right arm hooks over, maybe grabs that railing behind you, wherever you're at. Take a breath and spin to the right. Return the belly and the chest front, and let's try the other side. So you might need to wiggle out that leg a little bit before we move on over. Okay, so just wiggle it a little bit. Grab your right knee, pull it on in, squeeze it really tight. Now take your ankle and rotate it. See, you can see this ankle much happier than my left. Circle it the other direction, maybe point and flex. And then you're going to grab your hamstring. I'm going to turn once again so that you don't have to look at the bottom of my feet. Notice my spine is tall. I'm going to extend the leg and bend the leg. Extend it, push through the heel and bend it. 3 more, just kind of getting that body ready for that big stretch. Last one. And now walk your hands down to your feet. Maybe, maybe not. And extend the leg. Notice I'm not completely straight. Now I'm going to take my right hand and leave it on my foot. I'm going to lift my heart, open my right leg, open my left arm. So we do this one standing. It's quite difficult. Don't collapse through the belly. Lift. Notice the shoulders are straight. Take a breath in. On your exhale, cross right over left. Find that baby rocking motion. Toes are towards the knee. Even you might notice if you're paying attention to my video, this right foot is much more able to flex than my left because there's so much swelling. So just pay attention to the language your body is speaking and then just make subtle adjustments. Steady your body, take your right hand and give a gentle pressure, not a push. Lift your heart, take a breath in and aim your heart towards that top leg that's bent. Breathe that exhale into the glute. Take a breath in. Lower your eyes to your left toes. Exhale, lean forward. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Keep your legs just as they are. We're going to rise on up. Take your left arm, cross it over the outside of the right knee. Right arm hooks to the outside of the chair or lowers onto the bed. Take a breath. Get long through the spine first, then spin to the right. Feel that rotation. So good. Come on back to center. Open twist to the left. Capture your left foot with your right hand. Right foot with right hand. Take a breath and spin. Come on back to center. We're going to uncross the legs and give a little bit of butterfly action. Okay, so a little bit into the hips. If we have a lot of tight hips, if we have a job or occupation that requires us to sit a lot or to drive a lot, our hips can become very, very tight. So having that seated pigeon is beautiful. You can do this at your desk. If it's too much for the figure 4, you can always slip your leg over like you're wearing a shirt. So I'm just going to show you, picture me sitting at a desk, got a little skirt on, hands go onto the desk, lean on forward. I'm getting a version of pigeon through my hips and my back without anybody even knowing it and without having to come into that full figure 4. So go ahead and give that a try. Just cross your legs, lean forward. It's a wonderful stretch to do any time when you have a little bit of pressure building in the low back. I'm going to take my legs and I'm going to bring them back to where we began. Okay, so I'm just going to be straight out of the hips. Hands are going to come to heart center. I'm going to lift my right leg, grow my branches. Try not to collapse through the spine. Take a breath in. Open your branches, open your hip. Okay, so I just took my knee to the right. Beautiful. Lift your heart. It's a version of tree. Take a breath in and lower everything. Bring your hands back to heart center. Let's try the other side. Inhale, left knee lifts. Try not to lean back or collapse. Grow your branches. Open your hip, lift your heart. Take a breath. Return everything back down. We're going to come to seated eagle. It's a beautiful way to come into eagle without any of the wobbling. Cross your right leg over your left. If that's not available, cross at the ankle. Okay, so now you have a long skirt on versus a short skirt. If you're able to, get on over there with the short skirt. Squeezing here, I want you to imagine there's a piece of paper between your legs and you want to squeeze that paper so that it doesn't blow away in the wind. Take your arms out wide. Make an X with the right arm on the bottom. Grab your shoulders. This is a beautiful way to be. Squeezing the elbow creases together capturing the shoulders. You can stay here. If you have nice open shoulders, bring your palms to touch or the backs of your hands. You can wrap at the wrist if that's available. Either position, with the hands on the shoulders or the hands touching, squeeze. And don't forget about the piece of paper in the legs. I'm going to turn just a bit so you can still see me. Inhale, lift the elbows. Okay, feel that openness through the shoulders. Exhale, we're going to squeeze the legs, squeeze the arms. Inhale, lift the elbows. Hands are away from the face. Exhale, squeeze. Close your eyes here. Inhale, lift your elbows. Exhale, squeeze those joints. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to unwind the arms first. Unwind them, sweep them out wide, and then lower them, uncross the legs. Let's try the other side, left over right, ankle or knee, sit really tall, zip up that front seam, arms sweep out. This time left goes under the right, capture the shoulders or the palms, okay, or the backs of the hands. Notice that the elbows are down just a little bit. Hands want to come towards the face. We actually want to take the hands away from the face and lift the elbows so we get a nice stretch to the upper back. So let's inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, squeeze the legs, squeeze the arms, close your eyes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. One more, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, unwind and uncross the legs. Roll your shoulders. Let's talk about this. Bring your hands to your heart, hands to your belly. Close your eyes just for a moment. When we come into eagle pose and there's the compression of the joints, the squeezing of the body, we're actually regulating the blood pressure in the body. We're forcing the body to do what it's designed to do, which is to pump the pressure through the veins at an appropriate rate between the upper number and the bottom number. And so if you have low blood pressure, squeezing those joints can kind of bring it back to that homeostasis. And also if you are squeezing, and you have very high blood pressure, it can actually open up and lower you. So it's just a great little kind of physical health benefit of eagle pose. Hands on the body. Take a breath in and breathe out. Take a moment just to pause. Take an inventory of the body once again, as we did yesterday, mind, body, and spirit. Feel the looseness through the lower body, through the hips, that beautiful sequence of side angle and reverse warrior, opening up the heart and the shoulders. Grace and gratitude for the body, this ability to move on a chair, on a sofa. The beautiful practice. Lower your hands, lift your nose to the sky, fingers to the ground. Take a breath in. On your exhale, lean over your legs and come all the way down into a forward fold or a seated child's pose. The belly connects to the thighs. The chin tucks towards the chest. Eyes are closed. Just going to take a moment to breathe here. Breathe into the back of the body, rounding over as if we're in child's pose or in a forward fold. Recognizing the abundance of today. The abundance and the power of I am. I am beautiful, I am powerful, I am whole, I am unique, I am strong, I am capable, I am graced. On your next in-breath, begin to rise up. And have a beautiful rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed the chair practice. One of my favorite sequences is that side angle to reverse warrior from a seated position, especially when my lower body isn't cooperating as it is today. So if you've followed me for a few years, you've known I've had hip surgeries and ankle surgeries, and the chair has been my friend for many, many years. So you enjoy it, give it a try, and I'll see you tomorrow. Day 14 coming up tomorrow.